Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm your host Paul Jasson, and what's turning out to be a beautiful few days here in Lancaster and Fairfield County. We're thankful for that with the fair, the virtual fair behind us and the elections behind us now, and now we kind of move into a different time of the year with Thanksgiving not too far away, and of course down the road Christmas. We'll be talking about some Thanksgiving things here in our first segment of the show. A reminder that the second half going to have Park Russell on, and Park is the director of the Veteran Service Commission here in Lancaster, and we'll talk about Veterans Day because that's tomorrow, so it's a very important time. There's no parade, lots of things different as everything is now, but that'll be the second half of the show. The first half of the show, we've got the executive director of Maywood Mission on, Jonathan Hanks. Jonathan, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Thanks again, Paul. You've done a great job of supporting us every year.
Well, we're glad to do it, and it's getting to be not that any time of the year, any month, any time of the year, there's always things going on at Maywood Mission. But now we're headed into the Thanksgiving time, and you've got a couple giveaways. You've got a big Thanksgiving giveaway coming up here in a week or so. And then later in the year, closer to Christmas, will be a Christmas giveaway, which is always big time down there. And we'll talk about all that. But as we look at Maywood Mission, gosh, you got so many things down there. You have the chapel, you have the thrift shop, you have the by the way medical clinic going on, you have daycare going on there. You just have nobody has to tell you how many balls you have to juggle to keep all this going, as he's ahead of virtually all these things as the executive director. But just as an overview, how has COVID-19 affected the mission?
Well, I think it's affected us the way it's affected most people, just in terms of having to discern on a daily basis the changes that are being communicated in how you're to operate as an essential service provider, which we are considered. So, the masks, the forehead temperatures for the kids coming in.
For the daycare.
For the daycare.
Yes.
Yeah, parents not being allowed into the school. So there's a lot of trust there, especially with new parents bringing their kids there. But it's everybody knows it's what we're all going through, and everybody's adapting. But the biggest change is probably with the remote learning, trying to help those in the school system and the parents and the kids work through this time by setting up remote learning classrooms. And Kathy Bartholomew has been hired to kind of oversee that. And that has been by far the biggest change in our operations, where kids come in and, we've got a laptop at every desk and 17 kids at their desks.
Looks like you're in a grade school or a Lancaster City school setting than Maywood Mission setting.
Yes. So you're having to, each kid comes in there and has a different teacher, a different classroom, a different subjects, and so we're having to take their assignments, help them get those assignments completed, know their teachers and when the Zoom meetings are, and make sure that each one of those children are achieving their assignments and meeting all of the meetings that are each different throughout the day. So it's a challenge like no other we've had in daycare, but we're enjoying taking some of the stress off of the parents and the school administration and the kids themselves, who are experiencing a great deal of stress, and with the technology of it, realizing they may miss a grade if something doesn't go right. They're really nervous about that. So having people who can keep everybody calm and work their way through it, we feel like it's a ministry right now.
I've talked to Steve Wigton on the show several times, the superintendent of the Lancaster City Schools, and of course yours is kind of a model, and there is Monday for the Lancaster City Schools is all virtual, and then you either go Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday in school. And I've talked to him about how the learning's going, and I think that's kind of up in the air yet. You're not sure how it's really working because it might be down the road a ways before you really get some hard numbers in and hard facts on are the kids learning, are the teachers able to do this. But from your aspect of it, would you say the kids are pretty attentive at their Zoom time when their time to be on the computer with the teacher? Are they pretty attentive?
Yeah, we have found that. I think it's a sense that they're kind of nervous about it, so that kind of brings their attention to it. They don't want to fail. They don't want to fail in front of our teacher or their parents, and so there's. And our goal is to minimize their stress. And so that's why we see it as a real ministry. And we find the kids looking forward to coming. They don't always look forward to every assignment, but they look forward to coming and knowing that we've got people there that are going to put their arm around them when they're stressed or make sure that they get everything done on time. So we're really excited about what we're offering to families through that.
Good. As we said, it's the Thanksgiving giveaway. A couple big times coming up, Thanksgiving and the Christmas giving away in another month or so. And so as we look here in another week, you've got the Thanksgiving, and this is a food giveaway down there at Maywood Mission. What exactly will be the kinds of food that will be donated or given to families?
Primarily turkey and ham, and then
nice.
The vegetables, the cranberry, everything that you eat around.
Gravy, rolls.
Absolutely.
Green beans, everything we expect.
Yes, and this year we're going to try to do a little bit better job of considering the number of people who are in the family, not having one size box.
Sure.
We want to have small, medium, and large size boxes
as
depending on
families.
The families. Yeah. So whatever they get this year will be enough to really enjoy the holiday, including dessert and
sure.
all of that. So it takes about 3 days to get through it. We split it up into alphabetical order of the last name.
16th, 17th, and 18th.
I
guess that's
dates,
what we have to remember.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
So, and as I remember, when people down at Maywood Mission, when they get in line for anything or are there for some type of giveaway, it's usually through the 211 information system. Is that the case here?
Yes, I would say 75% through 211, and then the other 25% maybe sent from community action or directly come through a store.
So you can go down to you down there and at least fill out the information and get qualified that way?
Yes, and we get that a lot because the thrift store is just really thriving right now, so a lot of traffic through there. People are finding out about it, and they can sign up right there. So, and it is this year. We're expecting. We did 300 boxes last year. We're expecting a minimum of 350 this year, and we're literally have a team of 14 kids coming from Indiana this weekend.
A church group.
14 teens.
Wow.
They'll spend the weekend with us.
Nice.
And they're going to. We think we'll have everything done through them this weekend. All the boxes will be ready. So
that is what an asset that will be.
It's huge help.
So you said normally 300 at least last year, let's say. Is that average, would you say?
Yeah, that's average.
So you think there might be a small uptick this year?
We're seeing the uptick.
Anticipating that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and we'll do that same thing with Christmas, but plus the gifts and toys. So.
And you mentioned a little bit of it, the thrift shop. I had occasion to come down, it was a while ago, drop some clothing off for the thrift shop. Wow. That place is rocking down there now. It is, if you haven't been down there in a while, I'd encourage you to go down and look at it. It is night and day from, let's say, if you haven't been down there in, I don't know what it is, a year. If you haven't been there for a while.
Yeah. And it's really brought a lot of energy. And I think what everybody has been most appreciative of, besides just, a new upgrade in the store model, but that we have kept the prices the same, maybe even a little lower.
Volume helps.
Yes. So it's great to upgrade and yet keep the prices the same for the community.
And something in the past couple of years that you've gone to now are Ohio auction sales.
Yes.
And that has been just a tremendous boon to Maywood Mission in general, working these auction items.
Yeah, allowing us to basically use a storage barn as the merchandising warehouse for the store and the auctions, and allowing the donations when they come in to be placed, and then a determination made whether they're going to go through the store or the auction. And that's just really helped us with fundraising during a time like this. So we're appreciative of the support of the community and everybody at the mission who has just done an incredible job. Heather and Jeremy, and I wish I could just go into all the names of the people who have turned that thing around. So
it's been remarkable down there, and I know any of that information that anybody would be interested in on the auction sales, all that's on your website.
Yes.
I know you have information. You have a real good website. You could just, in your search engine, put in Maywood Mission, and it will come up, and then they have different areas you can look at, but some videos on there, some pictures. But boy, that place is jumping in that auction area.
We need more parking all of a sudden.
Isn't that a funny thing
Yes.
down there? That's a very odd thing. And so we talked about the daycare, the thrift shop, you've got the chapel, the By the Way clinic. That I think we touched on, but that had some issues too obviously with COVID-19. They had to move things now, and now it's changed a little bit.
Yeah, initially they had to close down because the hospital provides so much of the resources for that, and they initially weren't sure.
Sure.
But now it's come back to the normal hours. The only thing that's really different is engaging people in the parking lot more before they come in and decide whether they need to come in.
Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful place down there on South Broad Street. If you've never been in there, again, the thrift shop would be a good place to start. It's a natural place. Great bargains in there. Good place to shop if you're getting into close to the holiday season. Get in there. New stuff all the time in there too.
Brand new stuff.
Always, brand new stuff, and things are always changing, rotating around. They keep it fresh, and
we have people come in 2-3 times a week because it's rotating so quickly. I just want to see what's new for the day.
I guess that's a nice problem to have.
It is.
Yeah.
And we're thankful. God has just blessed for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years now. Yeah. So again, 16th, 17th, and 18th of November coming up here shortly. Another week will be the Thanksgiving giveaway, and they can either go through 211, the information center, if people are interested in that, or they can come to you down at the Maywood Mission, qualify yourself. And is the food donated also? Is that how? Do you still need that, or?
Yes, we still need food donated, and so we're appreciative of that too.
Yeah. Well, again, one of the great nonprofits in Lancaster, Jonathan Hanks, Executive Director of Maywood Mission. Thanks for what you do down there. It's going to be an exciting time, and maybe if we can pull you away for a little bit, maybe another month as we get close to the Christmas giveaway, which is an exciting time with more things than food. There's other things given away then, so we'll try to get you back on that if you're available. I know you're busy down there.
We do it every year.
Put it on your calendar. Very good. Jonathan Hanks with Maywood Mission joining us today, and we'll be back to talk Veterans Day and Park Russell in just a moment.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Fairfield Medical goes the extra mile to give attention to their patients, to their guests, anybody that comes within those doors.
There's no question that the staff there are all personally invested in seeing that I got the best care possible.
The staff was so comforting. I felt like she was in the best hands.
They basically gave me a second chance at life, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area where the fountain is and the memorials and the flags and all the stuff. And we looked around and I said, there's our bank right there.
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. And the employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Thank John Hanks for coming in from Maywood Mission, a nonprofit that does such a great job in Lancaster and Fairfield County. And again, thanks to these good folks here at Fairfield Federal who have so many people, certainly the people we've talked to today, their life has been upticked and changed because of COVID-19. They had their big quasquicentennial, 125 years in the offing here, and they've had to pare that back some. But you go to their website, they still have some information on that, what it means, and just about one of the really fine businesses here in Lancaster, Fairfield County, Fairfield Federal. Take a little change here. We're up against Veterans Day, and as we said, there's nothing that hasn't been touched in some way, more or less, by the pandemic and COVID-19. And certainly as we head into Veterans Day tomorrow, one of those areas is the Veterans Service Commission and all things veterans. Park Russell's with us, the Executive Director of the Veterans Service Commission. Park, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your service too. Yeah. Thank you for what you did.
Thank you.
So tomorrow, we'll talk about that in a second. COVID-19, that's probably something you never knew of a year ago, and now it's affected everything you do at work and at home, day in, day out now.
It has had an effect on us. We're now operating behind a locked door. We operate on appointment only. So I'm going to give out the phone number here. If you have a need or you have issues with the VA or you have disabilities you want to file for financial assistance, we ask you to call our office. 740-652-7920 and talk to us, and we prefer a phone call first, so we're trying to resolve some of the issues over the phone before you drive in. Once you get to our building, you have to call us and we'll come out and meet you. It's been an adjustment. It really has been, and I'm concerned that some of the older veterans and all are not coming in with issues that they should be coming in, so we can help file paperwork.
They just don't want to get engaged and out there in the community.
Well, they're also hoping maybe soon this will come to an end, and I don't see that in the future.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to get phone calls in, talk to a veteran or the spouse, a widow, and get information out to them and see what we can do over the phone first.
As you talk to your fellow directors, and I guess there are probably 88 of these Veteran Service Commissions, they're a big part of every county government. Yours is Fairfield County here. Are these the same kind of issues that you all are going, some bigger counties, some smaller, but you're all facing this?
We all are, and especially in the surrounding counties, like I'll take Franklin County. When they've gone up to a level higher than ours, their office is basically shut down. So we have a few veterans calling from Franklin County asking for some advice, and also we're filing paperwork for them. The lower counties, like Hawking County and all, they operate a lot like us. But it's a smaller community, and it's really hard to engage with veterans they're hesitant of notifying us. Questions and all. And it also affects visits to the clinic. The clinics are operating at about 30-40%. They're trying to do as much as they can by teleconference, telephone, and that can be an adjustment also. So we want to see treatments. We still want to see veterans go and seek their treatments as they always have. So these are important issues under COVID.
And you talked about it a little bit. I would imagine that the Veterans Administration, which is kind of your overarching boss in all this, with the age of a lot of the veterans, certainly WW2 with them, or Korea, or even Vietnam veterans now, the age thing is becoming a factor. And getting those people televisiting, teleconferencing is probably it's been Zoom calls for everybody, but now teleconferencing is the way. In some cases, that's kind of the way of the future, immediate future.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to go. The VA is trying to modernize. They're trying to do things as quickly as possible, and teleconference is one way to go. But you've got a gap of younger veterans versus the older veterans. And so the other issue we're having, trying to reach veterans in nursing homes and assisted living.
That's tough now.
They're operating behind closed doors themselves. Yeah. And so there's a challenge there trying to get information to them and getting paperwork to them and all.
Yeah, because you just can't. There's no personal contact in any of these.
There's no personal contact.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. It's remarkable the work you do now, but I will say this: I've had a little contact with the VA over the years, just for some medicines and some small things. I haven't had to have, fortunately, knock on wood, anything important, but I know. A few years ago, there was a big knock on the VA about the medical treatment. There was out in Arizona, there were some issues, but there were some issues over. But we've seen the government in the last few years really make a real effort to improve the system. And I've gone just maybe once to the Chalmers Wiley Clinic in Columbus, but I've gone mostly to this one out here back when it was on Sheridan Drive, and now that it's out on 33 out there. And in my own personal experience, they've just been wonderful. Everybody out there, the doctors, the help, I see them, how they treated me, but how they treated other veterans.
Yes.
I really think they respect them.
They do, and they have a way, if you have an issue with them on teleconferencing, they have ways to reach out to you. They'll give you equipment to help assist you in that area. But the main thing is we're trying to stay in contact with veterans, and that's as important, and that you keep yourself informed of the changes that the VA is having.
Sure. Now, if somebody has just even a question, or they may have an issue, but if somebody has a question or anything, how do they contact your office?
I ask you to call 740-652-7920. That's our main office. Your phone call will then be referred back to one of the service officers.
Okay.
And again, we will answer any of your questions, try to resolve anything that we're able to over the phone to prevent you from coming in for your own safety.
Sure. And if you're computer savvy, you can do that. I know if you go on the Fairfield County website, they have all the agencies like the recorder or the commissioners or anybody, but the last one generally, because of alphabet, is the Veteran Service Commission, but that'll take you right to your website and has a lot of that information on there.
A lot of the changes, a lot of updates. We're waiting on some more updates for the exposure to Agent Orange. We just had January of this year, those who are 12 nautical miles off the coast of Vietnam are now, they recognize them exposed to Vietnam, Agent Orange. And so we're looking for widows that their husband may have passed away from it, and we're looking for veterans who were within that 12 nautical miles that have some issues, and we'd like to talk to them.
I know one of the things I missed this year was, I think last year Tom and I did it at the fair, but we always had a nice fair program down there, and we were always able to see your booth right there and go talk to you and your staff right there. But things like that and a couple other things had to get canceled this year. A tremendous PR opportunity was gone.
It was gone. We also like to interact with veterans that way.
Oh, sure.
We also like to, there are those veterans that love collecting coins. It's a big thing now. And if you have not received your coin, I ask you to come by our office, call the front desk at phone number 740-652-7920, and we'll give you your coin.
Very good.
And it's a way for us then to interact with you also. This is your coin.
Oh, it's a beautiful coin. We get a shot of that. I always enjoy getting the coin. I always enjoy my T-shirt.
T-shirt.
I miss that too.
We miss that in the conversations. It's very important.
And I think a lot of those people, they enjoy that because anymore you always see a lot of hats and a lot of shirts and veterans. It's a different time, say it was, back when maybe we served and came back from some tough duty, and things are different. Maybe the veterans weren't, but now I think veterans are really held in high esteem, and that's nice to see.
It is, and Veterans Day is here, and I'd like to thank all veterans who have served, who have taken the time out of their regular life to step into the military, and step into an environment, and come back home. And so, happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Again, Veterans Day coming up. No parade this year, as he talked about. No fair, no parade, no thing to really the honoring veterans. But we hopefully honoring of veterans goes on 12 months a year. And another one I've seen is my friend, the Fairfield County Recorder, Gene Wood, retired recently.
Yes.
So Gene's gone. Lisa McKenzie is now up there in the big seat up there. But they still have the programs with the Veterans ID card, and I'm sure there are still some veterans that don't have it, but that's easy to apply for, and you just go up there, right?
Yes, you go up there, you take your DD-214, not a copy. They don't want to see the copy, and they will make copies. They'll take your photo, they'll issue you the ID card.
Now, if somebody needs a 214, did they go through your office to try to run that down?
They can come through our office, again, call the front desk, our phone number, and come in, and we'll file for you.
Yeah. But then there's a list of businesses that you can get a discount, all kind of auto things and kids things and restaurants and just a myriad of businesses now that step forward to give just a small discount to the veterans. So that's always nice.
Yes, and it gives us a chance to make contact with you. And that's important for us.
Yeah.
Get information out. Like I said, things are constantly evolving in the VA, and changes are constantly coming.
And I think that's something, I guess that always remains your challenge, is to get that word out.
Yes.
Some kind of assistance, whether it's financial aid or transportation. You do that out there. I see the vans out moving around and stuff. But that's always the challenge. How do you get your information of so many services that you have that go untouched by veterans, and they're entitled to them?
Well, we've always had the homeless stand down. That didn't happen this year. The fair. We've tried our advertisement through the papers and the town crier, and we've ran some radio ads. Again, it's coming down to word of mouth. So I asked family members, if you know of a veteran that may be struggling, please have them contact us.
Park Russell's with us. Park's the executive director of the Veteran Service Commission. You're out there in the nice new facility. You were just over the hill now in the Amstutz building for years. Actually, we're in the bottom of the courthouse. I remember that.
Yeah.
You moved over to the Amstutz building on the other side of the hill from here. And now a few years ago, you moved out there to a beautiful place, the Greenfield Center, right before you turn into the airport right there. Very visible. Unfortunately, you can't have any people in now, but if you could, you have a nice facility.
We have a nice facility, easy parking. And our address out there is 3044 Columbus Lancaster Road Northwest.
And give the phone number one more time.
740-652-7920.
It's Fairfield County Veteran Services Commission. Great bunch of folks out there that work hard to get the word out to the veterans. Happy Veterans Day to you and to all your fellow veterans. Yep, thank you. We always do it. We missed a parade. We missed not been able to do that, but still we celebrate the veterans. And if you know anybody, as Park indicated, that might have a veteran, even a question, just call them up, and they can probably resolve something over the phone. But if not, they'll set up an appointment to come in. So I guess we'll just keep going after it, keep hammering until we get them all contacted.
Yes.
Very good. Park Russell.
Thank you.
The Veteran Service Commission, thank you for joining us, and thank you for being with us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.